So at this point in our code, we have the penguin sits on the platform and doesn't fall, and if it comes off the platform, it falls to the ground. So let's just try it out. We can go left and it falls splat. What we want to do is make it so that the penguin can actually jump from one platform to another. I mean, that's the purpose of the game, really, so it's safe. Let's see how we do that in the coding. If we go on here, so if we look at the penguin code, what I basically want to do is when somebody presses the spacebar, say I want the penguin to jump. So to start with, let's go to the check keys method and let's add another selection, another if statement, and do something if the spacebar is pressed. So I'm going to change it here. If Greenfoot is keyed down, and you just type the word space, it recognizes the spacebar. I don't need all this code. What I'm going to do is put the code to make the penguin jump. I'm going to put it in a separate method. So I haven't created it yet. I'm just typing here. So the principle is to try and keep your methods as clean and simple as possible. So I've got one method to check keys, and that's all it does. Checks left, right, and if I press the space key. And I'm going to have another method that handles the code or handles the process of jumping. It's giving me an error because it's not there yet. So let's go down to the bottom and create a method called jump that handles this. So once again, I'm going to make it private because it's only for this class, called jump. It doesn't return anything because all it does is carry out some actions, and it takes no parameters. So I've got my method, and actually this is quite a simple method. Only needs some simple code. First of all, to stop the penguin from falling, let's have a look. Remember, we were talking about the y-axis is here, and to make the penguin fall down, so to get it to fall down, we just increase the y-coordinate each time. So that's what falling does. So to get it to jump, we need to decrease the y-coordinate. Remember, the y-coordinate starts from 0 here. So we want the coordinate to go towards 0. We want to put in a negative number. So what we need to do is just change the vertical speed. I said we were going to use this in a number of places. And just reduce it. I played with this, so -12 seems to give us a nice jumping effect. So all it does is when we come into jump, it starts taking values off the y-coordinate. In other words, the actor, the penguin, goes in the air. And also, when it's finished climbing, it should still fall. So I've got the method to do the falling anyway, this one here. We've already created it. So that's basically it. This should make it jump. And when it's got to the top of its jump, it should start falling eventually. Let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got all those. Well, let's first of all run it and see if it works. So here we are. I've got it set up. Let's do run. So let's press the space bar. As you can see, it's jumping fairly high. Maybe I could reduce the number, so I've got it at -12, maybe -10 would be better. But anyway, let's stick with that. And what I want to do is be able to jump. So if I hold down the space bar and press the right key, I should be able to jump from one platform to another, he said, hopefully. A little bit clumsy, but there you go. Not exactly the best gamer in the world, but there you go. I'm holding down the space bar, a bit of cheating. I think you could do it a little bit finer. So there we've got the working game. So let's remind you of the code again, what we've done. So we created a new method called jump. Could have called it anything. We've got it a vertical speed of -12. I changed that to 10. And that basically makes it jump, makes it go upwards, and we're calling the fall method to make it fall after it's jumped. And we just make sure in our check keys, where we got check keys, we just created another if statement that checks if the space key, and you can choose whatever one you want if you like, and it just calls the jump method. Okay, so why don't you go and do that, and that's finished the first level of the game.